Hallelujah. Shalom, shalom, man. You know, it's one thing to know that El Denai will visit you. But there's another thing to understand, that El Denai will visit a land, a city, a territory, a nation, a state, if they continue in their wickedness. See, there is wickedness that goes on, or there is idolizing man and etc. that goes on in many territories, in many nations, even here in America, right? There's many things that go on. Look at what's going on in Texas with the flood. Look what's going on in California. Look at what's going on this nationwide here in the America where I stay, right? Where I live. And for many of you that is watching this video, you stay there as well. I want you to understand, and I'm going to be quickly here, I won't be on too long. In the book of Ezekiel, or Yakarel, you see in the book of Ezekiel, in chapter 35, you see what El Denai is saying to Mount Sinai that he told Ezekiel, or Yisrael, he told Yakarel, he told him to prophesy. And he says, the word of El Denai came unto me, Ezekiel 35, and the word of El Denai came unto me, human being, turn your face against Mount Syria and prophesy against it, and said that the El Denai, your Elohim, says, I am against you, and I will stretch out my hand against you and make you utterly desolate. He told the prophet, he told the prophet to stretch out. El Denai said, I'm going to stretch out my hand. But he told the prophet to prophesy. See, when El Denai tells you to do something, you have to do it. Why? Because it is not that you are assigned to this prophesying, or you're assigned to this word, you're assigned to do what he says, but there is things that are inside of that territory, come on, maybe in your family, maybe in your city, maybe in your region, maybe at your church, come on, maybe at your job, maybe with your wife, your husband, come on. When the Father has called you to do these things, you must be what? Obedient. Listen to what he says here in the latter part of Ezekiel 35 and 10. Because you say, 2 mountains, these 2 countries will be mine. We will take possession of them, even though the El Denai is there. Therefore, as I live, swears the El Denai, your Elohim, I will deal with you as your anger and envy arises from your hatred desire. And I will make myself known among them when I judge you. You will know that I, El Denai, have heard all your blasphemous talk against the mountains of Israel. See, you got to understand that the Father says, I hear. Hey, I hear. And when we know that Hashem, your Elohim, El Denai, the Father, when we know that he hears, we can see the proof in the earth. We can try to debunk it and say some of these are weather warfare and all this other stuff. And I get it. These things do exist. But I want you to understand that the word of the Father reigns victorious. And if he has said something, come on, by his true prophets, come on, by his true remnant, come on, by the ones that are called by his name, come on, when he speaks to them, you might want to have an ear to hear. Come on. You might want to shift and get into line. Come on, somebody today. You might want to understand that the Father is speaking. Yes, yes, yes. And in this hour, what we see going on in the earth is not by coincidence. Come on. It's not just by chance. Yes, yes, yes. It's not just happening because of free will. In the latter part of this chapter here, in verses 35, and it says, they are desolate. They are given to us to devour. Moreover, you have boasted against me with your mouth, speaking more and more against me. You have heard it. Here is what the El Denai says to the joy of all the land. I will desolate you, since you rejoice over possessing the house of Israel, and because it was desolate, that is what I will do to you. You will be desolate, Mount Syria, and all of Edom, and all of it, and they will know that I am the Eldonai. See, they're going to know. That was in that time. But I just want to speak to you. Come on. We are in a place in time where the Father is doing it again. Come on. Because there are many nations that have turned their back on Eldonai. We live in one. And since we have turned our back on the true Creator, now we're reaping what we have sown. Now, it is up to you as a remnant, as a believer, as one that is called out from among them. Yes, that is called to be separate. Not this church evangelism, not this churchy way of living, not this lukewarmness, cold, hot and mixed together. He says, I prefer for you to be cold, or I prefer for you to be hot, not lukewarm. Somebody better hear me today. We are called out from among them and be ye separate. And then strive for that perfection of holiness, that perfection of coming out of sin, that what the Father has called me and you to do and live. Yes. So if you have an ear to hear, rokosete, rakapa, rokoderosote, hey, whatever he called you to do in this hour, will you prophesy? What thus says the Eldonai. With that being said, the King is coming. Shalom. Subscribe to the YouTube channels watching this on YouTube, and the ones watching this on Facebook, you know my motto. The King is coming. Shalom.